Hello everyone, and welcome to History of the Ancient World. Today, we're embarking on an epic journey back in time to explore the magnificent cities and impenetrable fortresses of antiquity. These weren't just collections of buildings. They were the beating hearts of empires, the cradles of civilization, and the silent witnesses to history's most dramatic moments. From the sun-scorched walls of Mesopotamia to the misty ramparts of northern Europe, these structures tell a story of human ingenuity, ambition, and the eternal struggle for survival. So grab your virtual explorer's hat, because we're about to uncover the secrets of the ancient world's most incredible strongholds. Let's begin our journey in the Fertile Crescent, often called the Cradle of Civilization. Here, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, rose the world's first cities. Picture Uruk, one of humanity's earliest urban centers. Around 3000 BC, it was a bustling metropolis, home to tens of thousands of people. Its most prominent feature was the ziggurat, a massive stepped pyramid dedicated to the gods, dominating the skyline. But Uruk wasn't just a religious center, it was protected by a legendary wall, said to be nearly 6 miles long, a monumental feat of engineering for its time. This wall wasn't just for defense. It was a powerful statement, declaring Uruk's strength and permanence to all who approached. Not far away, the city of Babylon reached legendary status. Its fame was cemented by the Ishtar Gate, a breathtaking entrance adorned with vibrant blue glazed bricks and reliefs of lions, dragons, and bulls. Imagine walking through that gate, a symbol of the city's wealth and divine protection. Babylon's defenses were a marvel of military architecture. A double wall system, complete with moats and countless watchtowers, made it one of the most fortified cities of its age. These walls were so thick it's said that a 4-horse chariot could do a U-turn on top of them. This city wasn't just a place to live, it was a fortress designed to withstand any assault. Now let's journey west to the land of the pharaohs. While we often think of Egypt for its pyramids and temples, its fortresses were equally impressive, especially those in Nubia to the south. The fortress of Buin, for example, was a masterpiece of military design, built to control trade routes and protect Egypt's southern border. Buin featured towering walls, a wide dry moat, bastions, and multiple lines of loopholes for archers. Its complex design, with its drawbridges and heavily fortified gateways, was centuries ahead of its time. It shows us that the ancient Egyptians were not only master builders of monuments, but also brilliant military engineers, creating strongholds that could rival any medieval castle. Let's cross the Mediterranean to Greece, the birthplace of democracy and philosophy. The Greeks built their cities, or polis, with defense firmly in mind. The most famous example is the Acropolis of Athens. Perched high on a rocky outcrop, it was a natural fortress. In its earliest days, it was surrounded by a massive Cyclopean wall, named because later Greeks believed only the mythical Cyclops could have moved such enormous stones. While the Acropolis later became a sacred precinct, crowned by the Parthenon, its defensive origins were never forgotten. It served as the city's final refuge in times of war, a symbol of Athenian resilience. Another Greek powerhouse, Mycenae, gives us a clearer picture of a fortress palace. The citadel of Mycenae, with its iconic Lion Gate, was the center of a powerful civilization that dominated the Aegean. The walls, again, were of Cyclopean masonry, some blocks weighing several tons. Entering through the Lion Gate, you'd be funneled into a narrow passage, a kill zone for defenders positioned on the walls above. The strategic placement and sheer brute force of Mycenaean architecture demonstrate a society built for warfare, a world where strength and security were paramount. No tour of ancient strongholds would be complete without visiting the Roman Empire. The Romans were the undisputed masters of engineering, and this talent extended to their military fortifications. All across their vast empire, from the misty shores of Britain to the deserts of Syria, they built a network of forts, walls, and fortified cities. Take Hadrian's Wall in northern England. This wasn't just a wall, It was a complex military zone stretching 73 miles from coast to coast. Dotted with mile castles, forts and watchtowers, it was a clear and imposing statement of Roman power, marking the edge of the known world. It controlled movement, levied taxes, and stood as a formidable barrier against the barbarian tribes to the north. Roman cities themselves were often laid out like a military camp, a castrum, with a rectangular grid pattern and strong defensive walls. Consider the city of Rome itself. The Aurelian walls, built in the 3rd century AD, enclosed a vast area and stood as a testament to a later, more defensive period of the empire. These walls, over 12 miles long and featuring hundreds of towers and gates, were a desperate but impressive attempt to protect the heart of the empire from increasing threats. They show us how even the mightiest civilizations must eventually turn inward to defend what they have built. But what about fortresses, built not on flat plains, but in the most inaccessible locations imaginable? Let's turn to Masada, a rugged natural fortress in the Judean desert. Atop a high, isolated rock plateau, King Herod the Great built a luxurious palace complex, complete with storehouses, cisterns, and bathhouses. But it was its role during the First Jewish-Roman War that made it legendary. A group of Jewish rebels made their last stand here against the Roman army. The Romans, in a stunning display of engineering and determination, built a massive siege ramp to breach the fortress. The story of Masada is a powerful and tragic tale of resistance, where the very landscape was turned into a bastion of defiance. Further east, in the heart of what is now Afghanistan, the city of Balkh, known to the ancient Greeks as Bactra, was a legendary fortified city on the Silk Road. As a major trading hub, its wealth made it a target, and its defenses had to be formidable. Ancient writers described it as the mother of cities, with massive earthwork walls that protected its riches and its diverse population. The history of Balkh is a cycle of destruction and rebuilding, a testament to the resilience of cities that lie at the crossroads of empires. Its ruins still hint at a glorious past, a fortified oasis in the vastness of Central Asia. We can also look to the Americas. The city of Teotihuacan, in modern-day Mexico, while famous for its massive pyramids, was also a meticulously planned urban center. While not a fortress in the traditional sense, its sheer scale and organized layout provided a form of security. Its influence spread throughout Mesoamerica, making it a dominant political and economic power for centuries. Further south, the Inca civilization perfected the art of stonework. The fortress of Sacsayhuaman, overlooking the capital of Cusco, is a breathtaking example. Its zigzagging walls are built from enormous polished stones, fitted together without mortar so perfectly that you can't slip a piece of paper between them. This incredible precision served a dual purpose. It made the walls incredibly strong, and also resistant to the frequent earthquakes in the region. What can we learn from these ancient cities and fortresses? They teach us that for much of human history, the city was synonymous with security. Walls were not just military structures. They defined the community, separating the organized, civilized world inside from the chaotic, unknown world outside. The amount of labor, resources, and ingenuity poured into these defenses is staggering. It shows us what was most important to these societies, protecting their people, their culture, their wealth, and their way of life. These stones are not just old rocks. They are the foundations of our modern urban world, silent storytellers of power, conflict, and the enduring human quest for safety and permanence. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through the ancient world's most incredible strongholds. The stories etched into these walls are a powerful reminder of where we've come from. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to History of the Ancient World for more adventures into the past. Let us know in the comments which ancient city or fortress fascinates you the most. We'll see you next time.